Okay, so how did you get into 4-year Mario Maker? How did I'm assuming Kijovic contacted you and said we need you, pointing the finger.
Yeah, he got really mad on stream because he played a level of mine, which actually my only good level. It got looping music in it, so Kijovic was really impressed with the music, how I made it loop throughout the whole level. That he got mad, like, how am I only knowing about this guy now? Why you keep this guy a secret? He needs to.
Yeah, have I not found out about him until now?
Yeah, why you guys not telling me anything? For your Mario Maker is almost due, and now you come with this guy. I don't get it. So yeah, it was kind of. Oh, it was fun. It was fun to watch him play it.
Yeah, it's weird. It's funny because the sort of the Mario Maker community, you're all sort of know everyone or know of everyone, don't you? You've all sort of there's like a group of people that you all know, and you're all sort of, you recognise the levels or the Mii characters or anything like that, and then when someone just like comes out from left field and surprises you, it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's what happened, because I wasn't playing Mario Maker for that long. I have been playing, but not as fanatic as I was with that level.
So, did you have Mario Maker 1? I'm guessing that you didn't.
I did, actually, but I was just making hot garbage, I didn't care about the community or anything. I just made a level that was I thought was fun to play. It was insanely hard, probably, and just had lots of bombs explode in your face and stuff like that. So I wouldn't.
That's the trouble, isn't it? You can't. Trying to make a level accessible to everyone is so hard.
Yeah, well, I tried to now, but I didn't back then. I think there's one level that you have to jump like so impossibly last moment that it's not even, like, I cannot even beat it. Even if
and you know what's coming up.
Yeah, and I clear checked it. So, but that's my Mario Maker 1 experience, and then I kind of gave up on it. But my older brother, he kind of got me back into it because he just kept making levels, and I just thought it would be fun to also pick it up again simply because he was playing it.
Yeah, definitely. I feel that Nintendo have missed the mark on so many things. Like with the Nintendo app, they could have integrated that a bit better. The way that we've lost Miiverse now, haven't we? So the integration onto an app or something would have been things could have been a lot smoother, couldn't they?
Yeah. Well, that accounts for all Nintendo online services.
Yeah, that's the whole range of products with Nintendo, isn't it? Everything could be better.
Yeah, you're better off modding the game like Mario Kart did on the Wii.
Yeah, there's so much. It's as if Nintendo know, and they make a full game and then take something out, because every game feels like something's missing, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, except maybe for Zelda. The latest Zelda, but
that's great.
But yeah, it's kind of traditional company, I'd say. Like,
yeah, definitely.
They have traditional values, and that's kind of good.
They're very old-fashioned, aren't they? They don't sway from. They don't break from the norm, do they? From what they're doing.
Well, I guess they do break from the norm with like Splatoon stuff like that, but they have the values, they keep it, they keep their values, the traditional values. So, and that's really good sometimes, but in other times, it's like, well, you gotta go with the online hype, like you cannot just leave that out, and I think they do that most of the time. I'm not really sure why. Maybe they're afraid of like people being able to talk online and saying stuff that is not suitable for kids. I think that has a lot to do with it. Like not
it's
being able to
friendly.
like not being able to chat and stuff like that. It's kind of weird, but I guess it makes sense if you see what people are saying on Xbox and stuff like that. It kind of makes sense.
I suppose. Yeah, definitely. I suppose it's keeping it family friendly, isn't it? And it's keeping that sort of the parents. In the parents' eyes, they know that if they stick with Nintendo, the children aren't going to get any harassment or abuse, or the worst that you can get on Mario Maker is follow me. Yeah, that's about it, isn't it? There's no unless you get creative with your comments and the drawings, but that's few and far between, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really tame. Everything is really tame. Also with other games like Super Smash, it's the same thing. It's the same rules. You cannot say anything but what they choose for you to say. So
yeah, I suppose it's good in one way, but again, if you, I suppose like older people are going to be playing on PlayStation or Xbox anyway, aren't they? They're going to be interacting or with us with Discord or Twitter and things. There's other ways of communicating, isn't there?
Yeah, that's why I liked it when I started searching for stuff like techniques and let me just explain. I got into the Discord stuff just because I didn't know anything. So I normally when I programming work, I just look for documentation and sources of information, and those weren't really around for Mario Maker. But there are some guys that are treating this like proper research or programming or whatever you want to call it. Like they are making documents and they are making like overviews, and that's what I was looking for. So and I found that on Discord basically. And
I'm guessing is that in Psychro's server?
Yeah, well Loop and Snoop had a lot of documents that are really good, and then Paul said some, and Joe Kiwi and a lot of more. They're making documents and they're making sure everybody is up to date with the latest information, and that was really great. And that kind of gave me back that sense of community in the Mario Maker, and that kind of drove me to become even better, or find stuff out for them as well, so they can use that in their levels.
Yeah, I suppose with Mario Maker, there's a lot of sub-communities within it, isn't there? There's like people who just play Kaizo or shell jump levels, or like I got into it with one-screen puzzles quite a long time ago, and that was my thing. I enjoyed not dying in a level and just doing the one-screen puzzles, and it was sort of, how can you break a level within one screen, and it just sort of stemmed from there. So I really enjoy it. I think Mario Maker's great, I really do. But it's the people that make it, isn't it? Like we've said.
Yeah, I think there is, what you're saying is there's niches that everybody is filling up, and other people enjoy. So, well, there aren't a lot of things you can do in the game, but there are certainly like categories where people fall into.
Yeah, definitely. So, on your level, you use looping music.
Right.
Now, that's been seen for quite a long time now, where you put the you spawn in the note block on a track, and whichever height it spawns in gives you the pitch of the note. That's known. Everyone knows about that. But you've come up with a way to do that globally, so that you don't have to have the music on screen.
Right.
How? How?
Well, it was really awkward in the beginning, because I had the idea that this would make a looping music level so much better, because range was really the bane of looping music. You couldn't do anything with if you're not using a power up, then it would despawn as soon as you go off screen, and that would be really expensive, putting all the note blocks on track and then having it play for 10 seconds. So that didn't fit. That didn't fit how I'd like to design levels as well, and just have some free roaming and like exploring and stuff like that. So
are you limited to the notes that you can use? Can you only use certain items, or can you use the whole range of from POWs and P switches to items to enemies? Can you use pretty much anything?
Well, you can make a pretty impressive level with just power-ups, and I think that was the Song of Storms. Basically, I didn't know that I could do it globally back then. So I just used power-ups and I grouped them all in the middle of the level, so they would have ranged 3 screens on the left and 3 screens on the right. And so
well, that's quite big, and anyway, isn't it? That's quite big
so,
to start.
So you have 6.5 or 7 screens almost to design a level in, which is it's okay, but then you can only use power-ups, and that's what I did for Song of Storms. And then for my latest level of the 4-year Mario Maker, I actually found out that you can have them globally loaded. So you can have any enemy, like anything you wish. You can have it globally loaded, stay global, and play music for you. So, when I found out about that, I was really joyful. And I made a whole document as well, documenting like how to do it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Would you be able to share that with us later?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, awesome. So, quite a while ago, when Mario Maker came out, I put a video out explaining global ground, and it was firebar, skewers, oh god, I can't think now. There was the platforms on tracks, and there was a few other things that were global ground, and it means that when an item's on top of that, it doesn't despawn. So I made a bit of a contraption where you've got an on-off block on the left, on-off block on the right, and you've got a shell bouncing back and two that doesn't despawn, and it gives you the red and blue blocks switching back and two, and that'll stay loaded throughout the whole level. But since Nintendo have done a few updates, they've changed global ground, haven't they? They've changed what counts as global ground. Yeah,
they did. So icicles and fire bars are not global ground anymore. There was also some weird stuff where the top of the level, like the top of the vertical level, was global somehow. That is also not the case anymore.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, but this has been for a long time, so I haven't really played Mario Maker with those rules. So right now, the only way to get global ground is if you have something on track. So anything on track, basically that can serve as ground is global ground, except for skull lifts. I have no idea why, but skull lifts don't work unless the blue one, it's moving. When it's moving, it's global, but otherwise it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, so you've got to stand on it to be able to activate it.
Yeah, you need to activate it and then it's global. So that doesn't make any sense and it's not really useful. But like the blue lifts and the orange lifts and the seesaws.
And then the seesaw ones, they're global as well.
Yeah. So I guess the blue lift is really nice because it's just stationary. And then you have the snake block, which is basically, you have 5 of those per world, per sub-world. But they're basically free items, so they don't...
they don't count towards any limits like the others would.
Right, so they're pretty nice. They're also really solid. So those are kind of the blue platforms, and the snake blocks are kind of your bread and butter for global music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've also seen that you if you're using a mushroom and you're using that for the notes, so the mushroom's going to hit the note block as it passes, and it'll bounce it up.
Yeah.
As soon as it leaves the note block, it'll despawn because it's not touching the global ground.
Yeah.
So what you do is you put the gentle slope above it, but then the note block squashes the item and it kills it or makes it into a cloud of smoke and it disappears. So you put a blaster over the top of that. Why Nintendo? Why does that stop it from being squashed?
Well, I don't know. I cannot answer you why they programmed it the way they did, but it has always been like that. That if something is clipped in something solid, so
it's like Schrodinger's bullet blaster.
Yeah, sort of, but that's more like how you create it. You create it with Schrödinger. Basically, the blaster isn't there, and then you move some items to the position where the blaster is going to be soon, but it isn't there yet because the player hasn't entered that area yet. So you move some stuff there.
So you move it there before you don't build it that way.
Yeah, and you put it on an icicle, basically. And it's gonna rest on the icicle, and then the player is gonna go a little bit further. And then all of a sudden the blaster comes into spawn range. And it spawns over the icicle with all the stuff on it. And that will keep everything globally loaded. And also the icicle will let you know on which positions the items will end up. And they will also stay global. Because somehow the icicle is still a bit global. Because it used to be a global ground. But it's not global anymore, but it doesn't like interact with, or like it doesn't counteract the global blaster. So that this is really becoming like complex. But
it's crazy, isn't it? So we won't despawn.
Hear me out, yeah. So the blaster spawns on a snake block. So the blaster is global ground considered, but everything inside it is also apparently considered global ground. And when a cloud or maybe a mushroom platform, or any kind of semi-solid is underneath it, it will despawn anyway. It will just think, well, I'm on a cloud or I'm on a semi-solid, so I need to despawn. But when you use an icicle, it doesn't. So that's like really useful, but it's really weird. And so
what's the weirdest mechanic that you've found while you've been messing with Mario Maker 2?
What do you mean? How I found this? How I found out about this?
Well, what's the weirdest interaction with the blocks that you found? What's something that's happened that you weren't expecting, or?
Oh, what the weirdest thing is? The weirdest thing is definitely the floating coins. So you have coins that can have a parachute, and there are several limits in the game. So you have entity limits, and you have power-up limits, but you also have something that we call a loose coin limit. And so basically this is loose coins just hanging around in the level, and a parachuted coin counts towards this limit. And I found out that if you somehow glitch these coins into something global, like a snake block or a blaster that is globally loaded, then these coins can also become globally loaded. So you have floating coins in global limbo, basically, and they will fill up the limit, not allowing any other coin to spawn in the level.
Does that count as well when you've got coins and you set off a POW and they drop?
No, those will still be able to spawn.
Right, okay, that's a different...
They don't simply disappear, no. But
right.
They do count towards the loose coin limit though. But those will despawn, like they will start to blink and they despawn. So that's kind of what you want to avoid with the loose coin limit. So that's why you need to keep them in like a twister parachute state. So they won't lose their parachute and start blinking.
Yeah, because once they lose the parachute, they'll start blinking and then despawn.
Right.
This game is crazy.
Yeah, That I think that's the craziest one. Of course, there's so many crazy stuff that you can find on my Twitter, but
I know. So something like that will, if you spawned in for the coin limit, that would stop any bullet blaster with coins from firing.
Yeah, or pipes or anything. Yeah.
Wow, crazy stuff. How's it been working with the 4-year Mario Maker team? Because I know that you've been doing a lot in the background with the website as well.
I think everybody's doing a good job, honestly. I think it's a great success. The website really turned out nice, and it's really showing
Very professional from what I've seen. It's brilliant.
Yeah, it really shows like Bird Hair is a really good designer or UX designer, and he helped us out making the design basically. And then you have Lector, who basically did all the illustrations. Also,
again, they're brilliant. They're really, they've got a real unique art style to them, haven't they?
Yeah, all the illustrations and also the trailers were the illustrations. So he's been putting in a ton of work, and yeah, the trailers really complement the site. So you have
everyone's really been working to the strengths. Kiavik has done a great job there of organising everyone, and
it goes without saying, Kiavik runs the show. So
yeah, definitely, it's brilliant. None of this would be possible without Kiavik, and I know that sometimes he gets a bit of a bad rep and people hate on him, but he's brilliant. He's done such an amazing job with this. Really good.
What can I say? Leader type people can always get a lot of hate. I think that's basically how it goes.
Yeah, so. That comes with that's the nature of the beast, isn't it? That's the sort of, people don't like hearing the truth, really, do they? I think that's where the trouble is.
Yeah, well, about that, I think it's also has a lot to do with having different cultures come together. So,
yeah, definitely. Different language barriers, cultures.
Yeah, I think in Italy it's really normal to treat each other like saying how it is. I think Dutch people, we think we do, but we don't really. When we give feedback to each other, we don't really say, like, I don't like this or I don't like that, or this sucks. And then you have people that are really bad taking the feedback. But I guess overall, it went pretty smooth.
Especially with age as well. Age sort of comes into it a lot, because as you get older, you get a bit more wiser, you get a bit... you've got a bit more life experience, haven't you? So you sort of... I keep imagining that you're not pouring a drink there.
I am pouring coffee. Why?
It just sounds like you're on the toilet.
No, it was it was coffee.
Oh, brilliant.
I'm relaxed. I'm relaxed, but I'm not that relaxed right now.
This working from home's really taking its toll.
Yeah. No.
So you tweet a lot of little clips of videos of technical things, and there's all sorts of silencing blasters with limit manipulation, 100 coins, 100 1-ups, so that's the entity limit that you mentioned on before. Steve has made quite a few videos on the entity limit as well, and you've also I don't know if you've discovered this, from Buffalo, black hole glitch.
Yeah, she's really good at finding this kind of stuff. I just...
So is that a working black hole glitch for the latest update?
No, actually it got patched again, but it was really nice. She just saw a clip of some bonsai bill despawning from a streamer, and she immediately was online, basically. I wasn't there. I wasn't there to do it, but she was online. She saw it and she immediately figured out, like, all right, this is a glitch, and I can use it to actually corrupt the undo dog. So the undo dock saves some state that it couldn't save actually, or it could save, but it was like not complete because something.
Is that how the black hole glitch works then?
Not really.
The undo dock, or is it a different type of glitch every single time it's discovered?
Yeah, basically, I'm not even sure if I'm saying this correctly, but it forgets to store a step because you add an extra one, and basically you can have things in the game that aren't supposed to be. So the undo dock will say, oh, the last action was something on track, right? Well, here it is, but then the track wasn't even there, or something is missing that is making it not able to put the thing on track where it was. So you have something that thinks it's on a track but isn't actually.
So it undoes a state.
Yeah. It
undoes a step that wasn't really there.
Right.
Sort of.
Yeah, and I think for me at least, like having things that think it's on a track was really useful for me, also for music levels, because you can basically make a note block that thinks it's on a track, and then you can put it anywhere where you couldn't before. Like it's like a free Joker note block that you couldn't fit in otherwise. But basically the way you made a black hole before is you overlay like 48 items over each other, and then the game isn't able to detect anything on that spot because it already has like the limit of 48, and that is still in the game. So you can still overlay 48 items. I think it's 48. So just a bunch of items, and you can still overlay them and make a black hole with that. So that hasn't been patched. But the way you corrupt the undo dock to have like a glitched item, that is patched. So I guess they do the bare minimum to fix things, they say. I'm not even sure if they tried to fix it, but it's fixed anyway.
Yeah, I think a lot of things as well when they bring out a patch like this is when they fix something, because there's so many items that interact with the game. Once you change the mechanics of an item, it has like a domino effect, doesn't it? And it breaks so many more different things down the line.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, if you break something or you fix something here and then something on the other end that you wasn't looking at is now broken. So
yeah. And they fix one thing, and by fixing that they unintentionally make another 2 glitches, and
that happens. I mean, I honestly I understand why it happens, but yeah, it's not gonna not abuse it.
Things, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what else to ask now. We've so for everyone listening, we've got a bit of a Google Docs sheet, and that's something that is, my phone's just picked that up.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, stop. So because of time zones and everything, we've got a Google sheet that we're just putting questions in, and that's how I interact with everyone like that. I got you to fill it in because all the phone keeps picking these up. Every time I say the word Google, they're always listening, aren't they? So the written interview will be on the Nintendo Village website eventually. It's such a big project for me to get all this done. It's taking so long. We're so far behind. I don't know what else to ask. Is there anything that you want to talk about that we've not spoke about yet?
I don't really care. I mean, I have time to talk a bit. We can talk about other people. We can talk about Joe. We can talk about.
What's the one game that you're most looking forward to for the Nintendo Switch? Do you
Ooh.
think we're gonna get a Odyssey 2? Do you think we're gonna get a Mario Galaxy 3? Do you think we're gonna see Breath of the Wild 2 this year? What's your thoughts on that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think Breath of the Wild 2 would be nice. Actually, I don't really play much else, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of an old school Nintendo person, so I have lots of Super Nintendo and Nintendo stuff that I can play. And other than that, I actually play Valorant lately, which is kind of not related to Nintendo.
Right. Wow. So I've got the old school Nintendo. I ended up selling the SNES or the Super Nintendo a while ago, long time ago. And all the games, I regret that. Again, N64, I sold that and the GameCube as well.
That's unfortunate.
So I sort of, I know. Well, I needed the money at the time. I really needed the money, so it had to go. Anyway, it's my friend's NES, and I've bought a Power Glove, and it's probably the worst purchase that I've ever made.
The Power Glove, yeah. Didn't Angry Video Game Nerd made a video about it as well? I think it was funny. You know,
I'm not sure. I know that a while ago, Grandpoo Bear done a speed run of Super Mario Bros. 3 with the Power Glove. I tried a Super Mario Bros. Like original Super Mario Bros. On stream, and it was impossible. It was so hard, but I didn't have the sensor bar set up right, and you end up getting cramp in your arm before you get anywhere. And
they did
the
have
gloves melt as well. It was awful.
Yeah, it was kind of plastic, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like a fabric glove as well. That's about 30 years old, and it's never been washed because you can't really wash it. Oh, it was.
I mean, you gotta hand it to them, literally. You gotta hand it to Nintendo that they do follow up on their visions. So they had like the Power Glove, which was kind of like a VR, right? Like you can punch the air.
Yeah.
And now they got big with the Wii, and it's also still in the Switch. They still have this motion control. So I guess they had the idea, but they didn't really know how to make it yet. I think that
the technology wasn't there, was it, for them to implement the
Yeah. I think that was also what was really awkward about me posting in Discord about global music, because I didn't know shit, about music making in Mario Maker, and people were just laughing at me like I need to bookmark these conversations about global music. Because I was trying like the most awkward stuff, like having normal note blocks, have a cloud put an enemy on the normal note block, and stuff like that, and actually worked.
Instead of the track, the music.
Instead of a note block on track, I thought it would be best if I can have clouds bring an instrument to the note block, because then I wouldn't have to put them on the right position on the map. Of course, it was
right. Yeah.
Of course, it was a really stupid idea, but I actually got it to work. And there was the first global instrument that I think was ever made was working like this. So you have a fire flower next to a normal note block, and then the cloud comes and puts it on the note block, and then puts it back. That was the first one.
That's like keeping your fingers stationary and moving the piano to play.
Yeah, it was really awkward, but. It got people to say, "Well, it's cool," because nobody has ever seen like music global like that. It was still in the end it was way easier to just put a boss on the enemy. So if you put a boss on the enemy, it will also play globally loaded, and it can still bounce and do whatever you want. So
So if you put a boom boom on it, for example, it'll stay loaded wherever you are in the level.
Yeah, that was the one I thought of after that, but and Loop helped me with this, because Loop is basically he told me like you can just do boom boom on the thing. He was like, all right, that makes sense. But how do you still make music with it? Because then I have a boom boom on it. What the hell is that gonna do? So, but basically, if you put a boo in between them, you can still have a ceiling for the instrument and have the global sub. So basically, you have a instrument boo and then a boom boom to have anything you wish, basically.
Yeah. So you can have a stack of boos, so that'll go through the solid block, and then the boom boom or the boss, whoever you choose, will
it's kind of like
be interacting with it. There'll be space.
Yeah, it's kind of like glue between the instrument. Like you glue global entity on it.
What is this game going to be like in 12 months' time? There's going to be so much more things discovered, isn't there?
Yeah, you'd think they'd run out of discoveries, but I don't know.
Do you think we'll ever get another update for Mario Maker 2? Do you think we'll see any more content updates?
No, I don't think content. They might have some bug fixes. Like, I don't think they're gonna ever be version 4.0, but they'll definitely.
Such a shame, isn't it? Because you've still got game styles with an S on the Super Mario 3D World. It still shows game styles on its own little box at the bottom.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll fix those kind of like small issues in a minor update, but I don't think there's gonna be any more content, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But,
I feel the same. I think things move on so much quicker with the Nintendo Switch because there's so many more games. There's always something new for people to play, and the communities move on a lot quicker, I've seen, than on the Wii.
Yeah.
It was like that for ARMS and Splatoon.
Yeah, I was about to say ARMS. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that sort of they were big hits. They were great games, and then they just sort of stopped getting content. They stopped getting updates.
Yeah.
Splatoon's been a bit like that, but they've done pretty regular Splatfest.
So, yeah.
And they're sort of like special events that keep bringing the people back. It'd be nice to see something integrated like that on Mario Maker. I don't know how they'd do it, but
yeah, I'd be surprised. Actually, I think the team has already gave up on it. So, like the actual core team of Mario Maker. So, if you're gonna hope for new Mario Maker content, there's probably gonna be a version 3 of Mario Maker. It's just not gonna be on the Switch, I don't think. So.
No, I think it'll be Mario Maker 3 for the next console,
right?
Whenever that is.
Yeah, but it's definitely a success. So there definitely are going to be more Mario Maker versions. Just I think the Switch is kind of done now.
Yeah,
that's all. So
it's been out for quite a few years, hasn't it? The time's gone really quick with the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I think it's
3 years, is it?
Yeah, maybe even more.
Or 2? No, it's more than 2, isn't it? It's...
I could Google it for you if you want.
I think it's 3 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 3 years. That's quite a lot.
So it's like 3 March 2017 got released. So,
right, so 3 years,
yes.
4 months?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's quite a while.
Wow, crazy. Okay, well, I think we're going to wrap things up there because I've just had a notification on my computer that I'm running out of disk space. And I don't want it to fill it and not save this conversation. So thank you very much for taking the time to chat like this. Where can the people listening find your stuff? I'll put the Maker ID down below. You've got a Twitter.
Yeah, it's basically Twitter. So you can Google BB Mario Maker 2, and then you'll find me, I guess, on Twitter. And
there's a funny story about that because I was following you on Twitter, for quite a while, and then I came into the 4-year Mario Maker Discord, and you were really helpful, and you had a few contraptions and other stuff. You're quite active in there, and then I think you linked to one of the videos, and I was like, hang on a minute, I sort of know this person without realizing who it was. It was weird. It was a weird moment.
Oh, you didn't notice that my Discord name was Geitje?
No, I didn't put two and two together. I didn't understand that you were. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't know. Like Geitje is my Discord name. Nobody has been able to pronounce it.
No, I would have completely butchered that. I would have said like Geitje.
Yeah, I've heard Geitje and stuff like that. But it's okay. It was just some legacy name I used to have. I used to make a lot of Doom levels for like some Doom mods. You know Doom, like. And
you used to make, didn't you? Used to make Duke Nukem as well.
I have made Duke Nukem, but I used Doom Builder. Doom Builder was like you could make WATs for Doom, like WAT files, so level files basically. Right. And I was really active in that community, and there's all my quirky humor and names come from. So yeah, it's kind of like level making, but then in 3D. And I also did crazy stuff in that game, but I was really young, so. But you're actually able to script stuff there, so that was kind of nice.
Right, that's again that goes completely over my head. I've sort of shied away from all that sort of stuff when I think you've got to get into it young, haven't you? If you're going into it and you're keen on something like that, then it's a lot easier, isn't it?
Yeah, I also had a good friend that was into it with me, and yeah, I think it's just I just like to be creative and building stuff, and it doesn't really matter what I'm building. Actually, it's just nice to be able to build something.
Yeah, it's nice to have that sort of sense of reward at the end of it and step back and be, I made that.
Yeah, and
I think
and I can share it.
That's where it comes from, isn't it?
Yeah, and I can share it online, which is really great. Like
yeah, getting the feedback from other people, and
yeah,
that's how the community starts, isn't it? And that's how it goes from there.
Yeah, if I go to this Doom port and I go to my my IRC channel, there's still people in it probably. Like it really brings people together, and I thought that was really great. Yeah, but yeah, let's end it on a high note then.
Awesome. All right, well, we're gonna end things there because I've just had another notification.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry for dragging this on. All right.
Oh no, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's been great. Thank you for listening. Hit the subscribe button if you've enjoyed listening to this chat. We've got a lot more with all the other creators, and we'll see you again soon. Bye bye.
Ciao.